Thank you, everyone, and welcome. Today it is a great day for the Fibertex team. The fact that you took the time from your busy schedule and personal interest to come and visit us is a great recognition for the Fibertex team here, for the hard work, the determination, and the commitment to produce high-quality products, essential products, to help the fight against COVID-19. This team here has performed extraordinary. This team, within 6 weeks, transformed the business from a 3-shift, working 10 days, 4 days off, into a full 4-shift, 24/7 operations, just to respond to the need of the high demand of essential products. During the same time, this team reallocated the resources and started giving priority to the essential products. Mr. Jonathan Leyer here transferred the product portfolio from 20% of essential products, and today it consists of 35% and is still growing. They did this in 6 weeks, 6 to 7 weeks, so thank you for coming, for the recognition. It is also a great day here for us because we are celebrating our new expansion. This building and the line behind us is our second investment in South Carolina. It is a $14 million business investment, and it will add 19 direct jobs. We are really very appreciative and fortunate by the support given to us from the local and state communities. It would have been very different business case for us to take to our board in Denmark without these incentives and support. And for that, we are very grateful. With this investment, we're adding 30% more capacity to our needle punch products. Now with 3 lines, we are better positioned to respond to the high demand of essential inputs, more specifically for the production of N95 face masks. Lastly, I just want to restate Fibertex Nonwovens' commitment to continue investing in South Carolina. It's our hope that very, very soon in the near future, we're gonna get together here again and celebrate the next expansion, which is gonna be a building just behind this one. And it will host the latest technology, and we'll be producing high innovative products that will improve people's lives and will bring and continue to bring progress to our community here in the county and to the overall economy. And with that, it is now my honor to introduce to you, to present to you, U.S. Secretary of Commerce, Mr. Wilbur Ross. Thank you.
You notice he used one of his hand wipes to do it, so he believes in his own product. So thank you, Oscar, for that kind introduction and for hosting us at this impressive facility. It's great to be here with all of you and being on the ground to witness your industrial response to the COVID-19 crisis. It is also wonderful to be here with Governor McMaster. You've been so instrumental in this state's role as an industrial powerhouse. So we and the rest of the country need you to keep going. All Americans are thankful of this state's continued investment and commitment to textile production. I'm also grateful for the swift action Fibertex than your workforce took to respond to the COVID-19 emergency. So far to date, this high-tech facility has produced 25,000 tons of nonwoven spun-lace material for disinfectant wipes. This is no small feat, and I congratulate each of you on what you've accomplished here in Gray Court. Thank you also for providing us with a tour of the second production line, which will be fully operational this summer, and for developing the new material Honeywell will use in its life-saving N95 masks. The United States has a special appreciation for global enterprises like your Fibertex parent, Shao and Company, that chose to do business in our shores. Thanks in large part to the President's pro-growth policies, the U.S. is home to more foreign direct investment than any country in the world, with a total of $4.34 trillion invested here. Foreign direct investment supports 7.35 million U.S. jobs, including the ones you see here. And FDI is responsible for $383 billion of goods exports. I'm glad that the business climate was right in 2019 for Shao and Company to invest in South Carolina after acquiring a Chicago facility in 2014. Fibertex represents a model of how government and private sector can work together to respond to needs, drive innovation, and renew this country's long history of advanced manufacturing. We're committed to increasing FDI in the United States, and with us is Joe Semsar, Undersecretary for International Trade at the Commerce Department. Joe is in charge of our Select USA program, as well as the trade enforcement programs that are so important to industries competing with countries that do not abide by the global rules of trade. Just before the tour, I heard from management some of the unfair practices that some of the foreign competition is engaging in. And I promised them we will take a very serious look at them and see what we can do to bring them to an end. So I thank you, Joe, for being here today, too. And my thanks again to you, Oscar, for developing and continuing to expand such an important business. If there's one lesson we learned in COVID-19, you can't rely on essential health products for foreign sources. Much better, much safer, much more reliable to have them right here. So I applaud you for what you're doing in that regard. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It is now my honor to present to you South Carolina Governor, Mr. Henry McMaster.
Thank you very much. Mighty happy to be here at Fibertex with Secretary Ross. We were going to announce Secretary Wilbur Ross Day, but he's been here so many times we don't know which day to call it on. But we deeply appreciate the cooperation and help and leadership from the Trump administration and all of its many aspects. It's made an enormous difference to us here in South Carolina. And also Undersecretary Joe Semsar, a Clemson graduate right there. He's even got on the right tie almost today. Well, thank you.
This is the Clemson icon in front of the podium, Mr. Governor.
There's one up there? Oh, that's what we're missing? Okay. But Oscar Fontalvo, is that about?
That's perfect.
You notice that? I'm trying to figure out, is that a Pickens accent or a Gray Court accent? Madam Mayor, maybe you can help us with that, or perhaps Representative Gary Smith. We appreciate you being here as well. We enjoy working with all of our elected officials and leaders in business, and this is one of them. And what is demonstrated today is that American spirit is supercharged by South Carolina spirit, to where when there is a need, we will step in and fill in the gap. And for all of you that work here, or all of you that believe in the country, believe in South Carolina, let me say that throughout our history, we have played a significant role. Our state is over 350 years old, started in 1670, as you remember. And during that time, we've had just about every calamity that there is. Of course, we've had wars, we've had floods, we've had fires, we even had earthquakes. One of the Charleston earthquake was felt all the way in the late 1890s, felt all the way up in New York City. But just recently, of course, the COVID virus invaded us and is still here. And just in the last few weeks since Easter, we had a record number of tornadoes at record strength. And now we're having some very peaceful protests interrupted by some violence. And also our National Guard has been deployed to the cities to help with if any violence occurs in those peaceful, otherwise peaceful and very welcome protests. But also we have guardsmen and women in overseas in Afghanistan and other places. But we also have them, about 500 in the coronavirus, and just 2 days ago we sent another 500 to Washington, D.C. at the request of the Pentagon and the President. My point is South Carolina is playing a very strong exemplar role in the history of our country. We live in paradise, Mr. Secretary. All the kings and queens, when they were getting the reports back from the explorers way back when they were looking for the New World, they were going back and telling their sovereigns that this place that today we call South Carolina was the most beautiful place in the whole New World. It's been written down, and it's true. And since that time, we've experienced many challenges. Since that time, we have developed a very strong faith tradition in South Carolina and a strong military tradition with 8 military bases in South Carolina and the Coast Guard moving part of their headquarters to Charleston right now. General Mark Clark in World War II, later the president of the Citadel, said that there's more patriotism in South Carolina than any place in the world per square inch. And I believe he's right. And what that translates out to is what the people from around the world are looking for when they're looking to invest millions, hundreds of millions, and billions of dollars in a plant, in a company, in a workforce. And it's the same thing we look for here. Our employers, people taking a risk and investing money, they're looking for what was described as the reason that businesses come to South Carolina and thrive. One international business says there are 3 reasons they come to South Carolina: because of the people, the people, the people. And that's what we have here today. That's what is making this facility a standout in its nimbleness, its vision, its understanding, its answering a need, filling a need in the market. And it's because of that, because of you standing here listening to me talk, that it will prosper and grow. And we look forward, Oscar, to working with you and Darrell and seeing, and all of you here, to see that we can continue to make South Carolina the best place in the world to live, work, and raise a family. And we thank you for what you have done today. Thank you. And on behalf of the 5 million plus happy, proud South Carolinians, I'd like to present to you and your company this our state seal. It says in one place, Dum Spiro Spiro. That means while we breathe, we hope. It also says prepared in mind and body, and we are, and we're delighted you are here. And there you go.
Thank you very much.
Quite well.
Okay, just on behalf of the Fibertex team, thank you for this recognition. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming. Now, if you please go when the process is going to get some refreshments, some water and cookies here. Is that the plan? Here, you're here. Please go ahead. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.